It is such a beautiful day outside. It makes you think that your garden should be in and you should be growing all the things, but it's not true. It's fake spring. Completely fake spring, even though it's like 80 degrees. So we ended up putting in the new chicken, no, not chicken, duck. I thought I let these Polish chickens out. Let me go in here. We ended up putting in the new duck coop in with the duck, and it's taken them some getting used to use their automated door. We've seen them plenty of times in the morning that the door is open and they're still just in there not knowing how to get out. So it takes them about an hour every morning to get out, which is hilarious. So we have this automated door, the same automated door that we're using for our chickens, and every morning it takes them about an hour after this opens in order to get out. I see there's an egg back there. Let me get it. I just found the Polish chicken egg as well. You can see the difference between a duck egg right here and a Polish chicken eggs. These Polish chickens lay bright white eggs, but they are tiny, probably more of like a medium, and this is just a regular duck egg. I'm excited to be getting duck eggs again, even though it's just been one a day for like the past 3 days, because we had stopped getting duck eggs for about 3 weeks. We were getting them all through the winter, and then it was like as soon as we started getting more daylight hours, the ducks decided that they was going to stop flying. So I'm happy to be getting duck eggs. We should start picking up. They always try to bury them, so that's why they're more dirty. We've just been sitting our eggs in these cartons. Really not the duck eggs, but because my daughter started selling chicken eggs, so as she has orders, we just put them in here, and oops. So this will be our 5th carton. Oh, I keep forgetting to tell you guys, I finally got approved to be a Greenstock affiliate. So now if you guys are interested in a Greenstock and you want to use my code, you can use family 10 and you can save 10% off of your order, which is amazing. I actually just got the 2 leaves. I have the 2 70 originals out in front, so they don't look like much right now, but this one has strawberries and herbs in it, and then this one hadn't planted anything in it yet. This is the one that I want to plant all of my dwarf peppers, tomatoes, and probably marigolds, and then this one will probably just continue to just be filled with herbs. You can see there are strawberries starting to grow, and then my other 2 are in the orchard planted with strictly strawberries. And right now they are doing a short sale for this weekend, so I'm gonna try and put this blog out right now today so that you guys can see this, and if you want to get a Greenstock this weekend, you can. I replanted these marigolds and then they still have not come up, and so we have different kind of marigolds. We have a giant, this is a giant one, so it doesn't look like, well, actually only one Mexican midget, no ground control, no lemon tangerine, and then these are the only dwarfs that came up. I don't know if it was because I was using seeds that I saved myself from last year, and then we replanted them and they still haven't popped up. And then these are white marigolds, so I'll probably still have enough time, because I think we're maybe 5-ish weeks away from my last frost date to start some more marigolds. But then all of my peppers, all of this is what, new peppers, this is cherry tomatoes, and as you can see, some have started to come up. Whoa, that one has so many seeds in there. I wonder why. I tried to only plant one in each container. This one has 2, this one has 2. Huh, I don't know what happened there. These are my spicy peppers. A lot didn't come up, so I re-sowed them. So hopefully, yeah, I do see some about to sprout here. So hopefully we'll have enough spicy peppers. We don't eat a lot of spicy peppers, so it should be good. And then my pride and joy, because these are the biggest things right now, these are my determinate tomatoes right here. I keep coming in and rubbing them because I'm so happy about them. I have my dwarf tomatoes here. These are the ones that are going to go in the Greenstock. And I do have more planted, but I do have more planted, but right here, but they haven't started sprouting yet. And then Grand Marshal, and this is, yeah, triple crop. These are both not determinate tomatoes, but they're going to be grown in the greenhouse, well, in this hoop house, in these beds. And so I planted them when I planted my determinate, just because I knew that they would be protected in here, and they have. And then the rest of these are determinate tomatoes. They'll be planted probably, still debating about it. I was thinking that they were going to be planted in here, which is why I planted them early, to plant my determinate tomatoes in here. But now that I keep thinking about it, I'm not really sure if I should plant them in here. I don't know, but they're ready to go into the ground. They're super big. Like, they're already really big, and that's not even, I don't even think that's the biggest one. There are like some really big ones in here, but they're doing good. And then these are my slicer tomatoes. So slicer tomatoes, and then some more miniature and dwarf tomatoes here. I did replant a lot of slicer tomatoes because they weren't coming up and germinating, and so I did replant a lot of them, but excited to have these. And I finally saw that we do have some eggplants sprouting right here, so that's exciting. We don't need a bunch of eggplants, so with these 2 plants I think we should be fine. And then I have some purple tomatillos here, as well as a couple yellow ones sprouting, and then the rest of these are this is basils. But the thing I'm concerned about is that my pineapple ground cherries have not sprouted, so I'm wondering if I should go ahead and plant some new seeds. And then the rest of this tray is just all of my basils. I'm thinking about putting them into bigger containers now that they, oh, this smells so good. These were the first trays that I planted inside of here. So we have calendulas, we have carnations, and then I know we have some chives over here, garlic chives and regular chives, so that's really exciting. My first time ever having chives in my garden. Then we have hollyhocks, and I'm really excited because last year I planted hollyhocks. I don't know what happened, maybe they didn't germinate, but I only got 1 hollyhock last year, and now I have a bunch of them. Only one of this variety, but that's fine because there's a bunch of the Watchman, and then some more here. Oh wow, look at this. This milk thistle, it's variegated, is so pretty. And lovage is a herb that's starting to pop up. I don't see any winter savory. And then this is chicory. What is this? Fenugreek? I've never grown fenugreek before, but can you see that red around? That's really cool. Bergamot, I have maybe one of these in my garden in a container. Tarragon, that would be cool. I only see 2 that germinated, but anything would be better than none because I don't have any growing. I don't see any lemongrass, well, just 1 really. And then some sprinkles of parsley. Those were the first things that I planted inside of this hoop house. It has, even though it's gotten down to like the upper 20s and lower 30s, and it has not frozen here. At least things haven't died in here, so that's really exciting. I'm really grateful for that. Especially now, I think for like the next 10 days, it's like we have some days in the 80s and it's like fake spring and all of that. And it's getting really hot in here, so I've been leaving the door open because we do have that back screen right here, but I'm just like trying to let air flow through the back and the front. It's hot in here right now. And then so right now it's like shaded in here, even though it's still really humid in here because the sun is behind this tree. So there's a tree on either side, and so only for like part of the day it's really super hot in here. But then after that, you know, it's going behind the trees and it gets a break in here. So that has been really good. Really happy about that. I just got distracted by this, so it does look like the sun had burned some of these leaves earlier, but I got distracted by, like, that looks like a watermelon seedling. I have no idea what kind of seedlings these are, unless they're marigold seeds that fell. It totally could be, because that is like how marigolds look, except for, yeah, I don't know, but that looks like a watermelon. So you guys have seen that I've just had these ginger and turmeric sitting here. It's because I broke them into pieces to plant them, and I was letting them cure over on the parts where I broke, but I do plan on planting these inside of somewhere. I'm not really sure now. Originally I was planning on planting them out inside of the orchard area, but now I'm thinking that I don't know if that's the best place to plant them. I don't know if I want to use that spot for something else that is like really going to be there every year. So just a lot. I don't know, but I'm planting it somewhere. I have it sitting out, and you don't want to, they are not, like, they can't handle a frost, and so that, which is why I haven't planted them. But it is almost time to plant potatoes, which is, I have some potatoes sprouted inside the house, and I went to my local farm store. So I have potatoes that I planted last year and kept specifically to plant again. And then I did pick up some more potatoes, some red and some white, I feel like, from my local farm store that I'm going to plant, and they're already sprouted. Some of them did look really big, and so I might have to cut some of them and then plant them. You could plant the whole potato even though they're like really giant, but I prefer to cut them when they're that big. I mean, unless I'm being lazy. I have planted them whole sometimes as well. I've read, I don't know if this is true, but I've read that if you plant them whole, you get bigger potatoes. If you cut them in half, then you get like smaller potatoes. For me personally, I like to eat smaller potatoes, and so I really like planting smaller potatoes, but I have been known to be lazy and then plant a big jumbo potato as well, and then just like pull it up early to get smaller potatoes. So we'll have to see when that time comes. Here comes winter. Hi, baby. Hi. It seems like it's been forever since I've really been gardening, because it has been winter, and even though South Carolina has a mild winter, I took this winter to really focus on doing inside projects and then just like a lot of outside things that is not really just to get prepared for the new year, and a lot of stuff off camera and stuff like that, like with laying down the landscape fabric, planting the roses out into the beds. A lot of the times we filled up these beds. So a lot of things. This weed right here, and how it is what's it called? What is it called? I can't think of it right now. We just saw milk. It's a thistle. There it is. It's a thistle. So we're gonna have to actually get that out and then fabric through these pathways through here. But yeah, we ended up, I don't know if I said this, but we planted the roses. So every other we have a grapevine. So we started with a grapevine there, and then we planted 2 roses. Then we have another grapevine here, and then 2 roses, a grapevine, 2 roses again, and then another grapevine right here. Huh. This is not a weed. I wonder what this is. Like, it's kind of reminding me of a melon, and I mean, no, I'm trying to think, what did I have here? I can totally not remember what I planted here. I know I had melons in the front, so it's not a melon. I do have onions that are coming up from last year. This was the first bed that we planted out last year, and it was planted with onions, and so we have onions popping back up. But what I really did plant here was garlic, and I need to fertilize it. Again, I did buy some fertilizer the other day. It has some weeds growing. Ooh, so exciting. So not only did I see that my blueberries were coming back with all the lovelies, but I saw that daffodils, I think I planted up like probably 300 daffodils, and we have our first one. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. And you can see more coming in. Really excited about how much blueberry buds I see. Ooh, another thing I wanted to check and make sure that no asparagus was coming up, since it has been pretty warm. It seems like it's time to start checking for asparagus. And I feel like this bed was the purple asparagus, and this one was the green, but I don't see any asparagus popping up, which is nice. I'm glad I didn't miss it. We actually need to put this cattle panel back up. It came from here. This bed had bachelor buttons last year, and these are bachelor buttons coming up. Not this weed right here. That's a purple henbit, but this right here. Those are all bachelor buttons mixed in with the garlic that I planted. And this rosemary has gotten so big from when I first bought it. It actually has an amp high. I don't know if it's active right now. I hope it's not. But it was probably just that size when I got it last year, and now it's huge. But this is the bed that I want to plant potatoes in. So I did want to get a look and see what was going on. So it does look like I'm going to have to weed in here, probably fertilize as well before I put my potatoes down in here. Wow, speaking about potatoes, I just turned this way and it worked. So I had potatoes planted here and in this bed last going into the winter, and I saw that some still looked like it could grow, and so I just kind of pushed them back inside of the soil, and as you can see, it actually worked. There are potatoes sprouting back up in this bed as well as right here. I can't believe this actually worked. This is not a potato. This is a borage. But there's a potato there and a potato there. Wow. I mean, I definitely hoped that it would work, but I'm kind of shocked and surprised that and obviously they've been sprouted for a while because they look good. Now, I did it to another bed here. Let's see. Yep. There's beans. So not only are there potatoes coming up, but there are actually beans, because I had planted pinto beans in here and I guess they dried up and now resprouted. But that's a potato here, and I feel like I had potatoes in this one too, if I'm not mistaken. But there's beans coming up in here because it has been so warm outside and not freezing, and now we have beans. That's amazing. I mean, it's not like I'm expecting to get a harvest from them or counting on them or anything. I just think it's amazing that they are there and that they are starting to grow on its own. It definitely makes me feel like, oh yes, like spring, without like risking my own plants. Like my plants aren't gonna die. I'm just like looking at this garlic, and it's definitely needs some fertilizer. I'm looking at this elephant garlic in front of me. This has had the hardest time because this is when my dog kept getting out here and digging them up, and so I don't know if my garlic year will be, I don't know how my garlic year will be this year, because they've been through a lot. You can kind of still see there's a hole right there, but I tried to put some fertilizer on here, and then my dog got in here and ate the bag of fertilizer, and then she dug everywhere, so I have no idea if they even got fertilizer. But I bought more fertilizer the other day, so I'm going to try the fertilizer one more again, and then hopefully giving it, you know what, I just thought about it, I should probably give it fish fertilizer, because the garlic that I just kind of like dropped right here in this bed is so much bigger, greener, more lush, and the garlic that I actually tried to plant is looking sad. And you know, so I'm thinking that if I just fertilize it really good, probably with a fish fertilizer at first, and then put the granules down as a slower release, that we should be good. This summer savory has completely taken over this spicy pepper bed, and this is exactly why I walked over here. Guys, this was my spicy pepper bed, and so many peppers went to seed, and as you can see, these are pepper seedlings all over this bed. Spicy peppers. Yeah, these are well, no, that's not a pepper. This is summer savory growing right here off of, like, I think the plant was this big when I put it in, and as you can see now, it's like completely taken over this bed. It smells really good. It smells like mint. It smells better than peppermint. It smells delicious. Smell it.
It smells like I can eat it.
Smells like you can eat it? You can.
Yeah.
You want to taste it?
Yeah. Tastes good.
Does it taste good? Let me see. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but it tastes like minty.
It tastes like bouncy.
Like what?
Bouncy.
Like what?
Bouncy.
Tea?
Yes.
Oh, like peppermint tea? Yeah, that would make sense. But
I probably want to eat it.
You want to eat it? You can. But oh my goodness, this bed, I'm gonna completely leave this bed. It's probably gonna be overtaken with the summer savory. Summer savory is in the mint family, and I knew that when I put that down here, so I knew that it was gonna take over. I wasn't expecting how fast it was gonna take over. But this is crazy. Yes, summer savory. It's so funny, speaking about Greenstock, and then I get my Greenstock delivery. So I got another 7 original, but I got it in the terracotta color. My dog is gonna keep barking because the FedEx guy's here. So now I have the terracotta color, I have the green color, and I have black. So my collection is complete. No, I'm just joking. I just like different colors. I'm probably gonna put this one. So this one is the original, like I said. The 2 green ones are the leaf that are gonna be planted fully with strawberries. I'll probably put this terracotta color. I can't even speak. I'll probably put this one inside my garden. Not really sure. I'm not 100% sure. But I know that it's going to have probably like the marigolds, the nasturtiums, the tomatoes, dwarf tomatoes. I'm distracted because I'm like, what are those little things over there? I let out my Polish chickens with the ducks, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm like it's like rabbit trail. I'm like the queen of it, because if I'm talking and then I see something in the corner of my eye, I think, because the ducks are right here in front of me, and I think the Polish chickens are over there. I can't really tell. I honestly can't really tell. But anyway, so I'm thinking that that Polish, see, look at my mind. I'm thinking that, what am I trying to say? I'm thinking that the Greenstock is gonna go inside of the garden, and I'm thinking I'm gonna plant it with veggies. I need to get away from the ducks because they're distracting me. The ducks and the chickens are distracting me because I'm just wondering what they're doing. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Bye.